Hey, what's up, guys? Babyface Dylan here, and today we're gonna be talking about a new game called Marauders. It is a first-person shooter, looter shooter. It's the best thing in comparison is Escape from Tarkov. It's like a run through a raid, and if you die, you die. You lose all the gear. Although this spins a twist on it. You get spaceships. You get to fly around and fucking kill ships, board other people's ships, and board enemy AI ships, as well as just fight AI. It's pretty much it's easier than Tarkov in a way because it's a little bit more basic. There's not a lot of advanced peek movements, right hand peeks on AIs. The game is pretty easy, but also it's pretty fun when you get in those PvP engagements, and the questing is pretty easy for the most part. Some of it's kind of like, holy shit, I don't know what the hell to do. That's just kind of how this game is. It's very experimental. You could just look up how to quest things like everyone else does, but I kind of just wanted to have my experience and have my time with this game. And the best thing I can really explain is it's Tarkov in space. It's a phenomenal first-person shooter. The game is pretty clunky in its state right now. It's kind of wonky. It's got some problems with, the way your character is modeled, A-frame poses, going in and out of airlocks will freeze, and then your guys will blink out of existence and come back in. Maybe it's a game technical issue, but the game from a combat perspective is amazing. It needs more attachment systems, but I feel like they'll have some more attachments. They'll make the guns kind of broken, and some guns can't have attachments, and some guns can. It's actually a pretty phenomenal game, pretty fun. They need to have some different UIs. Like, it's very minimalistic, like Escape from Tarkov. But the problem is like a lot of the game that I felt was, like I said, just clunky. Like, you couldn't press one button to hold the peek. You had to hold the button while move around. Made combat a little bit frustrating without having to keybind it to a different keybind, which I'm probably going to have to do that, honestly, to make combat a little easier. The game is really, really fun, though. I've had nothing but high praise for this game. It's pretty good. I mainly played the tech test, and I played the full game today. Well, yesterday now. And it was absolutely fun. I had a nonstop great time, pretty much. There were some times where you just get absolutely bodied, but that's just these types of games. There's not really an easy way to gain money besides going in naked and going solo and just killing AI and coming back out and then getting gear, then coming back in with some gear. There's not really an easy way to get gear besides just buying it. If you go broke in this game, it's going to be hard for you to come back. That's really the hardest thing I would have to say, is that this game, when it comes to that, is pretty unforgiving. And at least Escape from Tarkov, you can do scav raids where you can just go in and scav and take whatever you come out and sell it and then buy stuff for your PMC, and then bam, you're good. So there's a few things in that degree. It's pretty hardcore. There's some ways to make money where you can craft, I guess, but that would require you to scrap weapons, which I feel like is kind of a low return rate. You might as well just sell the guns, unless it has a high yield to give you more scrap or metal pieces or junk if you want to craft small bags. But there's a lot of cool stuff. The crafting takes literally no time at all. It takes 15 seconds to anywhere to 2 minutes to 5, depending on if you're going to craft a ship or not, which you can craft different ships to go into raids. Problem is, this game is still new, and learning the maps is pretty unforgiving so far. If you lose your ship, you are not coming back with it. That's pretty much it on that front. But it's really fun. The ammo types, there's not like a meta ammo, although the 7.62 variant guns seem to hit harder. You can't craft the ammo unless you do a quest, which it's pretty cool, honestly. I think that's a great idea and a great addition to the game. A lot of cool different guns, a lot of like futuristic looking guns, yet World War II era. It's like World War II era back in 1990s. It's pretty sweet, honestly. Like I said, I've had nothing but praise about this game. It's clunky, but it's still new. Games nowadays don't come in fully polished anymore, which is unfortunate. But there's a lot of different maps, a lot of different scenarios that can happen. It makes the game feel fresh. Although I wish you were able to choose the maps, because this game, like Halo Infinite, is map specific or game mode specific in Infinite's case. This game seems to run the approach of accept a quest and pray you get the right map. Like, there's a quest in the main line where you have to view some bikes, and you can only do it on one map, from as far as I'm aware. And it's just kind of annoying. And that's my biggest gripe with the questing system. It's not very in-depth. It is very fun, but it's not very in-depth. And that's my biggest takeaway here, is that there is some good things to be said and some bad. And mainly the bad is clunkiness. The game just, in terms of your characters, feel clunky. There's no real way to determine whether or not your character is friendly, and you can't have a name badge besides the cosmetic that your guy wears. You will kill your teammates a lot in this game if you run more than 2. It's hard to differentiate the different people. Raiders look exactly like you, and all the other factions look a lot like you. So that's like one of the harder things, I would say. I've killed my friends a couple different times while raiding. So that's one thing to deter players. Is, I mean, that's the same thing with Escape from Tarkov. You know, we've all killed our friends too, you know. So I mean, that's the thing. Overall, yeah, Marauders, really, really fun. I like the game loop. Killing Marauders doesn't seem as tedious. Like, yeah, there are some meta armors, like tier 10 armor, which is absolutely nuts. I've only gotten it once. I never wore it in a raid. So there's some pretty cool shit. There's a lot of cool different gear. You can craft pretty decent high tier gear, and it's not very like gear sensitive, like crafting and stuff. It's really, really cool. I like some of the things, and then I also wish that they continue to expand the game at a quicker pace than Escape from Tarkov is doing, because that's my biggest thing, is Tarkov just takes way too long to add new items or new quests or new anything, really. And if they do, the last wipe was just pretty abysmal and didn't really add much. This game, they have prestiging, so if you get to level 40, you can prestige, you lose all your gear, but you also gain expansion slots in your inventory, and you get different unlocks. You can permanently unlock stuff. It's pretty damn dope, honestly. This game is taking a lot in the right direction and possibly paving the way for Escape from Tarkov to possibly up their game to make their stuff better. I wouldn't say this is better than Tarkov, because this game has a lot of polishing up to do. It is using the Unreal 4 engine, so it needs a lot of polish. There's a lot of stuff that can be done. Optimization-wise, this game can pretty much run on even the most basic systems. I mean, relatively modern systems, I should say. Anything with 6 cores and a GPU with at least 4 gigs of RAM should be able to run this game fairly easy at 1080p. Like I said, it's on Steam now. If you pre-ordered, you were able to play the tech test and beta and alpha and all that stuff. It's came a long way from there. I'll give it that. There's a lot of things that it's came from. It's a really fun game. There'll be some more gameplay coming out on this with some cool, funny moments and all that fun stuff. I had streamed it over the weekend for a few hours. I think I put about 15 hours in this game in the past, like, 4 days. It's really fun, and I highly recommend it. So, guys, thanks for watching. Check out Marauders on Steam. It's out now and on all platforms. See you guys in the next one. Peace out.